I hit up, of course, first person I hit up Chopp, yo, I'm gonna be in LA. He's like, oh great, you need to be in this movie. I'm like,
I ain't got no
bibbidi
clue.
bop. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man,
Beautiful.
That's all I'm saying. You have no idea what you did for yourself in this film. So
Yes, sir. Round of applause for J.D. Norris
in
the building.
Respect, man.
And,
If you want the latest news and the greatest views, tune into the Central Podcast, the one of my favorite crews, because the entrepreneurs who grew up together, now they created this show to make the community better. Speaking on being leaders, strong husbands and fathers, role models for our sons and our daughters, to business ownership. Like forget a building, you could own the strip. The squad holding it down as Jay Norris with C. Nick, T-Rel and B. Hicks. So what y'all wanna hear about? Like Hail Marys, they gonna air it out. So kick back and listen, they gonna set it, man. You're gonna be enlightened, and that's on everything. That's on everything. That's on everything. They are here to heal the people like Dr. Sebi, man. That's on everything. They celebrate success, so raise a toast with them and watch the confetti rain. That's on everything. 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 That's on
All right, son.
You hold on Bruce hostage.
I mean, the boy come through clean, man. Like,
Yeah, that's a dumb
It's clean though.
I was gonna wear that one, but mine was wrinkled, so I couldn't do
yeah,
it.
mine wrinkled in the motherfucker too.
I mean, the Bruce don't care.
It is what it is, man.
All right, word up. This is C. Nick, joined by J. No, T-Rel, B. Hicks, and the boy Chop in the building.
Let's go.
Here to give you everything that you need and nothing that you don't, and that's on everything.
That's on everything.
That's on everything.
Word up, Chop. What it do, baby? Thanks for joining.
with y'all, man.
Man, we just excited to have you on the podcast today, man. We know you and Jay got some things in the works, and we got to talk to the people about it, man. We got to talk to them.
Yes, sir. I
All
want to
right.
say that today is about Lobster Game.
Yes,
Lobster
sir.
Game. It's the movie. It's officially out, starring your boy Jay Noah. He is in the building on this
Show you
Hollywood
right.
side.
Show you right.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, but
What's the movie about? Tell us about the movie. What is it about?
I want to. If you ever seen the movie or the series on Netflix, Squid Game, this is the black version of that. Okay.
You had me at hello.
They was cutting cookies and chasing through the red light, green light, but we was playing some real black games over here. So we was interacting in that sense. So we had spades, double dutch,
okay.
go get it.
Wow.
What else was up in there? There was some more games.
Scabby Queen. Did you have Scabby Queen?
Scabby Queen. Oh, that's one of the main games of the Scabby Queen.
Oh, word.
But yeah, that's what happens in this movie. So we follow this character named Calvin, and he has an opportunity to make some money. He does make it. He wants to share that with his friends because he's all about his homies, and he ended up getting them all killed. But
Wow.
So we got
tell the people which one is Calvin. Who plays Calvin? You or Jay?
I'm Calvin. I play.
Word
Calvin.
up. Word
so
up.
we have a cast of 12, and my boy Jay Norris just came through like freaking Denzel out of nowhere. And,
secret weapon, baby.
It took this movie over. And it was quick, wasn't it, Jay?
Oh man, it was real quick. I didn't realize like how much that when I watched it and I see how much film time I have, I was like trying to see how you squeezed all of that out. Because we was literally out there for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
We didn't even shoot for 30 minutes.
No, probably didn't. Yeah.
Wow.
But no, so that was like the gift of how we did this movie because we did it rather quick. But what had happened is I needed my glue piece. And I was already trying to get Jay involved in a piece before, like way before this. I was like, you need to get this. I was telling him, I was like, you need to be in a movie. You need to be acting. You need to do this. So when the opportunity came up, we linked up in LA, I pulled him in. And so he tied the story easily together for me because fun fact about this movie is about y'all. That's what it is.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So when I originally had wrote
Unpack that for the people.
when I originally wrote Lobster Game, it was about how homies get together and they play the games, mainly in the cars, because we ain't running around outside, we in the house, you know what I'm saying, drinking and chilling, whatever. But I had all of you guys' name in the script, right? And my wife kept calling us the Central Five, and I was like, no, I said no, them the people that went to jail. I don't
Central Park 5.
We're not that group. So when I thought about that, I said, how do I put my friends in kind of like a jail setting, but we playing these card games. We playing these games. So that's when it expanded, and I was like, oh, Squid Game, Lobster Game, this is the perfect way to do it. So you will kind of get that sense and that feel just because of the dress and the locations that I placed in this film. But what I want to talk about is how Jay doesn't even understand how he blew up. He don't get it yet. Because look,
what's your Hollywood name, Jay? You going with Jay Norris?
No, it's JD Norris.
JD Norris.
Yep.
Jay,
here he is. Check him out.
So when I submit these projects, right, to be accepted and picked, they do a lot of the photo and trailer stuff by themselves. So when they changed all the stuff and it came back and it was Jamari, I was like, what?
He's on the thumbnail. If you go to Amazon, he's on the thumbnail.
Yeah, they made him a thumb. They went through the movie to pull that. That was nowhere any file that I delivered, right?
Nice.
So they watched the whole movie and was like, they started beaming in on Jamari, which I knew was going to happen, and that was my plan. Because before you left, I was like, dude, you just killed this. You just made the whole thing. I'm trying to tell you how it was. Because I know how it goes. If I'm on the back end, which I do play a lot now, that's who I would have beamed in on. Not to toot Jamari's horn, but I knew that was going to line in for him. So with this movie, I present opportunity for my man JD Norris, because now it has nothing to do with me how they feel about him. They really like him, so they can pull him into other projects and things like that. So that's what I said. Once this movie gets dropped on a certain platform, he's gonna get the calls. Because I already got calls off of stuff that I was like, whatever, just messing with. You gonna get the calls. That's why I was like, you have no idea what you did for yourself in this film. So I want
round of applause for JD Norris in the
Norris,
building.
Respect, man.
And give me a little experience of how it just went down. Like picking you
Yeah,
up.
man. So it was crazy. So I was in LA for a speaking engagement, actually with my man's Tommy, and I hit up, of course, first person I hit up Chopp. I'm gonna be in LA. He's like, oh great, you need to be in this movie. I'm like,
I ain't got no clothes.
It's like I came out here to
what's
speak,
the wardrobe?
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, bruh, don't worry about it. He's like, I got all that. Just come over here. I got the lines. We good. So he comes, you know what I'm saying? Once we finish up, I was like, cool, I'll be done around 4:00 with this conference that we speaking at. So come scoop. So I wasn't too far from him. So we came through and we was about to shoot it in my hotel room.
Yeah.
Funny story. He was like, man, how much is parking here? I was like, it's probably like 10, 15. He was like, no, we just gonna go to my crib. He was like,
he paid the $5.
Ain't paying the $5. So we go to his crib, right? And so his wife started bringing out wardrobe, put me in this suit, and it's crazy because dude had my size, like crazy. Except for the shoes, you know what I'm saying? The shoes are a little large, but
big shoes to fill. You in Hollywood, man.
Right.
You know
Shout out to Nikki Royal.
Yeah, no doubt. She came through. So we set up this interrogation room in his garage, which is funny because I was looking like, bro, it ain't like the wall got a bunch of scratches on it and all. He's like, man, don't worry about that. He's like, man, the CGI gonna take care of that. I'm like, so when I look at the movie, I'm like, I can't believe we shot that where we did, because I promise it was like a weight bench right here. It was like some old, carburetor parts right here, like a bunch of clothes over there. You would never think that was the case. So when he was giving me the lines, he was basically just like, okay, this is the premise of this shot. He was like, I need you to say this specifically, but the rest you just go off the feeling. So he would give me the lines. I would do it. He was like, oh man, it was perfect. Do it one more time. And I would do it, and it just rolled out. And I was just like, I literally, so when he tells you that, I brought I was like the glue to the show and narrating. And once I see it, I see what he means. But I had no idea, and I probably still have no idea to the extent of what he's really magnifying, because I was just there on the strength, you know what I'm saying? Just on Central, like, okay, whoop de whoop.
Yeah.
But he was just telling him when he was breaking down the game for me of how like Hollywood works and like just like you know what they're looking at as far as black content. He was like, my hype, my build. He was like, man, you ideal. So he was like, so it's gonna be a lot of opportunity. So I was like, well, I'm here for it. So I was like, I ain't finna have no job in a little bit anyway, so I will be back. So yeah, it was a dope experience, man. Just to see how quick, because you think about movies, like you hear about Hollywood, major Hollywood productions, and it's like, you know, months of filming, and Chopp is spitting out these movies in like 2 weeks, and probably would have been shorter than that if like everybody was there the whole time. So man, so kudos to Chopp just to having the foresight and having the distribution deal and just having the knowledge to really just put us on when you don't even realize how big it really is. But obviously it's a lot major than we can foresee right now, or at least I can.
Yeah.
Word up. And we're gonna unpack that too in a little bit. Real quick, I want to ask you, because you were talking about the lines, Jay. So how much was like ad lib? Was it 50-50, or was you pretty much sticking to the script?
Nah, it was probably like 40% line, 60% ad lib.
Hey, that's pretty good, because when you watch the movie, like, it's authentic, and you could tell that you understood the assignment, as they say.
Look, and that's why I mentioned that I had wrote it with you guys in mind, because if I could, I would have all of you guys in these characters, and then that's how much faster and how much.
Hey, we coming, baby. We coming.
Oh yeah.
Everything would have been jail, because you'd have been like, man, what with this life? All I gotta do is jump into that, and that's what it was. So that's why it was really easy for Jay, because that was his role. I wanted you to be that guy, and he knew how to snap into that, and that was what was dope. And I was like, man, I just fed him just 2 lines, and he ran with it. Boom.
Yeah.
And it just stopped. I was like, nope, that's cool. You done. He's like, what? But you didn't give me no more lines. I was like, nope, you changed it to that, and that's what it's gonna be. So, and
Jay stole the scene in the beginning.
From a person, that's why I said you can be
from the jump in the movie.
Good force. And because a lot of directors, a lot of scripts, a lot of things are going to be dry as hell. That's why they hire you, because they know that you're going to juice it up, because a lot of those are not always the same people. So a director will be like, I got the script. I just know you can juice it up. You're hired. And vice versa. I'm the writer, and it's not going to sound good unless I got this guy you hired. So you got to be able to give them what they want. And you did that already. That's why I was like, man, you're going to be able to smooth all the way through it, because you can take people's roles now. They're going to be like, oh, shit. But y'all get that out.
Oh, no.
Get that out. I got so many projects lined up.
You have to teach me how to do that
for Jay, and I'm trying to pull the rest of y'all into that. Oh, while we talk about it, my nail salon show is about to be coming out too, manicure. Terrell, you're in the first episode, right?
Manicure. Oh, you got our phone call on there?
Oh, yep. Wow.
Yep.
Dope.
So it's like, boom, putting you out there.
Man, wait till I learn how to cry. It's really over.
Make you cry, boy.
Yeah. Oh, you want the dramatic roles?
Oh, man, that's what I said. Like, you guys,
I want it all.
The last taste of the comedy for a while, because the next 7 scripts are all dramatic, and so it's gonna be a different taste. But now that we opened it up and we brought our fans over to watching it on these platforms, now they get to see the things that we can do in the dramatic areas. And, we got shows in that area too. Hunter, I can't even talk about it. Can't talk about that.
Can't even talk about it.
I can't.
Big moves. Big moves.
Keep playing that one.
Yeah,
Lobster Game. It's available right now on Amazon if y'all want to check that out. But I advise y'all to go ahead and wait till Tubi. That's a few weeks. Once y'all get on Tubi, you can jump on that joint for free and watch the whole entire thing. We love comments, man. That's how we grow. So y'all leave them comments and leave some stars on all of that. All of that.
Yeah, I was trying to on Amazon. I was trying to leave the Starboy review rather, but for some reason it wouldn't. I must have been doing it wrong, but I need to go in and do that.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's like learning the stock market for the first time, because I was like, damn, my wife was like, ain't nobody hitting the stars. Ain't nobody hitting the stars. I'm like, let me see how to do the stars. And I got on there. I was like, pull up your YouTube.
I promise. Like, I thought I could just click on it and then just leave. And that was.
I had the same problem when you told go review it. I'm like, but thumbs up. I mean, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. Because I saw somebody left in the review. I saw it was one review on there, but I was like, how did they get into the back?
he also told me that he figured it out off of that, but it is needed though, because that's how you get placed in the algorithm. And it's not just for Amazon. Amazon is like the algorithm placer. So once you get 5 to 6, whatever people starring it, no matter what the stars are, you're placing the algorithm on time and in place. So when it hits things like Tubi, it's just on their top ads.
Got you.
Because you already built your platform out.
So that's why I say, y'all, get it cracking on the stars.
Yeah, I'm
Is,
a YouTube.
is there a quick way to do it? Like, can you break it down, or do we got to YouTube it?
You're gonna have to YouTube it, man.
It is not. Hey, no worries, no worries.
I didn't even leave start. I didn't say I completed it.
When does well, let me ask you this: when does the Lobster Games hit Tubi?
I want to say in a few weeks, not a definite date, but they kind of vary. But okay, let's give it 2 more weeks, and you'll have
end of the Q1 March time frame, right before spring break, maybe.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, which March? Probably April.
Word up, there it is. Yeah.
Be there April.
That's perfect timing.
Oh yeah, catch that on Tubi.
No yeah, it's gonna be hot.
Yes, sir.
But we already got Good Boys for Life on Tubi, right?
Oh yeah, yes, y'all gotta check out Good Boys for Life. Jump into that. Good Boys for Life. Shout out my brother Michael Royal. We got 7th and Westlake, Baby in the Hood, Thought of Murder coming, and Water Police. That's the scientific one. Y'all gonna see the sci-fi stuff up in that one. Hodges joint.
That's Hodges' brainchild, right?
I've been seeing the behind the scenes on that one. I can't wait to see that Water Police.
Yeah, that was wild.
It looked like y'all were in the desert.
Oh man, all over the desert. We got all the important monuments that they built that weren't going to never be placed anywhere else for its time. So we caught those before they were gone. So we showcased some really nice artwork. But it's basically my character is in the middle of the desert, standing on a minefield, about to die, and he goes through these life revelations all before it happens.
Word up.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to get some quick just insight from you. I know Jay, you got to drop in a couple minutes, so just feel free. But in between time, we got the boy Chopp here, star of gangster films, right? Lobster Games, Good Boys for Life, Baby in the Hood. Were you in Baby in the Hood too, or was that Michael's?
But
did we lose him?
He froze on us for sure.
On Amazon, but you can rent it. I unfroze.
All right, we here with you.
Now you look like Steph Curry laying it up.
Hey, are you here with us, Chopp?
Yeah.
All right, just make sure you can hear me. Yo, just unpacking a little bit. No, we heard a little bit, son.
Is you having that digital delay?
All right, so you can hear me now.
We got you. I mean, you kind of talked about your start in stand up, but when did you first get started in acting?
Wow, that's kind of wild. I got started in acting, I want to say in the 5th grade, and I was in San Diego, California, and it was on some weird stuff. Like I went to a school where we only had like maybe 20 white kids, and then everybody else was like Black and Hispanic. But they had a play that was a traveling play going to all these schools, and they would audition the kids so they can join into it. And that was a Rip Van Winkle, whatever. That play was a musical. And I barely went to school because me and my brothers, we grew up like a Dago, hood stuff. You don't really get to you do what you want. So when I got to school, they was like, oh, he didn't audition. Like my teacher called me. I was like, he didn't audition. And I was like, what? Went up there. They was like, hey, sing. And I just started singing and doing whatever. And it was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be the guy. We want him to be the guy. And so they fired one of the kids. And then I felt like I was something. I was like, oh, yeah, man, I took the little kid spot. And I went back there and they put powder and white makeup all over my face.
Oh, wow.
Because the play and the whole cast was white. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the only Black kid in that play. Remember, this is a traveling play. And they pick up kids to be in the play. So, boom, I take that role. Every day I'm getting this makeup put on. Blah, 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 blah. And I end up doing this role. And at the end, they asked me to travel with them. And then my mom, we straight hood, we're like, yo, I'm not taking my baby nowhere. Not getting on the bus with a bunch of white people. It's not happening. So that didn't happen. But that's when I got the bug for it. And then my mom introduced stand-up comedy to me because she didn't want me to, we had no real means of being in front of the television and things like that. So that's where it came from, is my mom had me doing stand-up. So I would always create a stage no matter where I was. But
I like
once
that.
my mom moved
like
to
that.
Lansing, Michigan, yeah, it's like once my mom got to Michigan, she found a way to put us on TV, and that was public access because she was doing it in San Diego.
I remember that.
Yeah, she was
Word
on
up.
it because Nick Cannon's dad was doing the same thing at the same time. So she was doing what he was doing. And obviously he was on Nickelodeon and I was at nowhere. But anyway, she put us on the show and we had a variety
Channel 13
show.
in Lansing.
It was a Mirror's variety show.
That's
Yeah,
so
in Lansing. Shout out to my mama.
yes,
Absolutely.
shout out to the late great Amira.
And that's when we started getting she laid some things down for us. But that's when we started noticing people notice people. And I was like, oh, because we was walking through the Lansing store and they was like, hey, y'all those kids that be on that TV show. And I'd never seen it on the public access because I've never watched that channel. But everybody started noticing us in Lansing. And I was like, oh shoot, I really want to get back into it. So I got back into the acting part. And as soon as I broke up out of that joint, I moved to California. So once I got out here, it was just everything that I already learned. I went to a few schools though. I ain't gonna say that I just jumped out acting. So it's like, but all those schools were dramatic schools. So it's hard for me to ever showcase that via the things that I was already doing. Cause I'm straight up comedy. I had my own lanes. We started Facebook roast, me and my brother.
Oh yes,
as soon as they introduced videos to Facebook, we was like the first people on there going bang, 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 bang. We did an episode on Jamari. I gotta add on to it now that he's turning into superstar. But no. So
you had people lining up to get roasted.
Man, line it up. So
you made some enemies too.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Back here, cuz. Straight to my face, cuz. You know what it is. You know what it is.
Bibbity bop. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, hey, but we cool now. We cool now. So it's like, we just so wrong. But he might be on one of my compilations coming out soon. No, I'm just kidding. But no, so I got to the level of where I had to start turning it into money. It was like I'm entertaining and people was cool and da. I was like, but I got people around me who are making money off of doing stuff that I can do better or blah blah blah. So I took it into making my Red Palm Live, and that's when me and my brother was in Hollywood shooting all these films. And these showing you guys what Hollywood looked like. We was creating a DVD. And so we took that DVD and we got it to people like Snoop and other folks that we know kind of locally who would do whatever they want. And then we ended up working on Snoop's show on MTV, me and my brother. So that was our first real taste of knowing somebody that can plug you. And so now we were like on the backside of Hollywood ever since then. We started working with a lot of rappers. We had our little Hot 16 that we shot for Lansing. We did most of the stuff that we do is for Lansing because that was our first group of fans. But the fans are coming from everywhere. My birthplace is San Diego, so I got a heavy following there. And then we're online, so you got Nigeria. Shout out people in Nigeria. Y'all gonna be watching this somehow, some way. But now we pipelining everybody up to where we can take the funding that they're doing. It's almost like donations. It's like y'all paying for it some way or some other, but we're gonna take that and make better pictures. And then I get to actually showcase drama because comedy for me is easy. So I'm just doing it like but the drama for me is amazingly easy. That's why I was like, I can't wait. And I got these pieces that I got lined up. So I am totally unpacked on that situation and how I came to be. But everybody is on the same journey of watching of how we're growing. That's why I want my ground up people, central, involved on this step because it's the big step. It's not the little one no more. It's the big one. And we're in a league, and all we got to do is start dunking on folks. Wham, wham, wham. And that's what's happening.
Slam dunk. It's a lot to unpack, man. Beautiful story. I heard you mention Mom Dukes. Oh, yeah. Who influenced you? Was it your mom or was it other people that were influential?
No, 100% my mom. 100% my mom. She did a lot of comedy with all the men when it was just, if you were a comic and a female, you had to do raunchy comedy. So she was never stepped away from that. And I got her first gig in Lansing at a church. And when I got her the church gig, I had wrote her jokes on the way that I know she tells them, right? And I didn't understand because we didn't come up in a church. I thought the church was just hosting a stand-up show.
Come as you are. Come as you
No.
are.
And so jokes wasn't appropriate at the time.
Was this missionary Baptist? Where was you at?
I think it might have been Latter-day Saint. It was somebody on somebody's corner, but check me out.
On somebody's
Mom
corner.
went in there with the same notion because I told her that. I was like, they just hosting it there. I was like, what kind of church would do comedy? Because I only knew raunchy comedy. I didn't know anything but that because from my mom. So I wrote her set around Jesus and around churches and around this and in a bad, raunchy way. So my mom went out there and she just went for it because
you went for the host with the most in the church?
Man, boom.
Doors of the church are closed, son.
Stand-up church comedy career instantly.
How long did it take for the deacon to come up there to get y'all the finger?
Oh, the first one where she said Jesus need to make a barbecue flavored dish, and they was like, nope, she's done. Jesus not making that. He's like, not making that wine. Make some of that sweet baby back wine. But listen,
let us go to prayer.
Let us go to prayer on that note.
Dear Heavenly Father, you know.
My mom introduced herself to the city after that, and so that's how she ended up at Everett. And she was hosting the dating show and some other things.
The variety show. Yeah,
I was gonna say, man, shout out to Amir for hosting the dating game with us. That was
all the way live. We were so impressed.
Yeah,
look, I said y'all don't understand. My mom is on the yearbook. She's on the back of one of our yearbooks. I forgot I think the year we won our first game.
And that might have been ours then.
Yeah, it's in that one. It's either it's the quote in the yearbook or she's on the back of the yearbook. I don't have that yearbook. Wow. But I think it might be the quote because I remember they introduced and it was like it said something about my mom and and that was, you guys didn't even know, that was day 14 of her being in the city.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she came in quick.
Like she came in and out, but this is when she had first settled in, and that was her day 14. I was like, dang. And I was like, you jumped in here and you in the paper already, mama?
Word up. Mom used to cut the hair too. She had me looking right, had me with the genuine, had the personal look. She had B-dubs on lock. She was killing the game quick. She ain't waste no time, baby.
Not at all. And that was her thing. How long? Not long. That's what Gigi got tatted on her arm. That's her saying. Because everybody like
say it again. Say it again for the people.
Like, how long? Not long.
How long?
Yeah, they ended up getting her own barbershop because of that. They was like, "Nah, you cutting up too many people too fast, making all the money."
She definitely made her imprint on the city in a short time.
West Side Beauty and Barbara. A lot of beautiful things came out of there. But she ain't gone though. Her house is still over there, and my older brother just moved into that joint, so it's gonna be a lot more energy popping off in that area for her. So it's all good.
Word up. Let us know. We can't wait to go back to L Town and chop it up again.
Yeah. Last thing we on the map. But y'all need to come out to LA. So when that
full speed ahead
to it, I gotta have it all planned out because I gotta show a little bit of what side that they don't show you guys on TV. You're gonna love it. Not that I ain't in my garage right now, but it's popping.
All right, word up. Hey, real quick before we wrap up, since you in the comedy game and you did the stand-up, you got to give me your Mount Rushmore of stand-up comedians. Who are your top 5?
Richard Pryor.
Is this in order, or are you just giving them to me?
This is in order.
All right.
Richard Pryor.
Pryor, for sure.
Eddie Murphy.
The GOAT.
Okay.
Dave
Be careful
Chappelle.
now. Oh,
Dave
there it
Chappelle. He said, "Be careful." So you run out of fingers playing. You can make Martin Lawrence. And I know y'all. Some people like, "Oh, would you ever say Jamie Foxx?" Nah. I'm gonna go Chris Rock.
On the stand-up tip. This is stand-up.
And only in that order because they all had their little realms, and it makes sense. Richard Pryor gave us the real behind the indoors. His whole life, he was raw. And then Eddie Murphy put the Hollywood raw twist on it, and he showed everybody this. And then Dave Chappelle showed y'all how crazy Hollywood was and what you need to know about this stuff. And then you get over here. Who do I have right here?
Martin
embodied all of these three first and just took it. He showed you I could do Hollywood, and I'm never gonna lose my stand-up set, all this other stuff. But he brought you his real stories and multi-characters. So you got all the stuff from Martin Lawrence, and he touched all the realms, TVs, radios, all that. But Chris Rock is in there because of the political thing, and the political view of the world is like the view that you don't pay attention to of everyday life. And so he was just killing that, and he made that relevant and funny at the same time, which is hard to do for a comedian without getting, canceled.
I like the way you broke that down too, because
Absolutely.
I agree with majority of that list. We're gonna go around the horn real quick, and let everybody weigh in before we wrap it up. Who wants to go next, T-Rell or B Hicks?
I'll jump
go
in.
spot.
So top 5 stand-up comics.
Yes, sir.
Man, so number 1 for me is gonna have to be Martin Lawrence. Based 1,000%.
That's our time though. That's our time though.
On that, you so crazy, man. Like that dude had me like
I used to know that movie line for line.
Every single line, every joke was hidden, everything was on point. And that run till that just was like the next level.
Man,
the epic story behind that too.
Like his whole swag was just crazy for me. Number 1, Martin Lawrence. Number 2, I would say Richard Pryor, just because, man, we watched so much of it, and for us it was taking a look back, or for me it was like taking a look back at what the 60s and the 70s and or the 70s and 80s was like for him, right? But some of those jokes just had us dying. I mean, when he said you ain't told Nan joke, like Pryor was a clown, man. And then to see him as the actor in the comic, the vampire joint, like all the classic Pryors, man. Like the dude was crazy. So Martin 1, Pryor 2. Number 3, Eddie Murphy. Classic stand-ups, quotables, watching them in school, all that. Just
never gets old.
There. The leather,
never.
I'll watch
the leather. Everybody wear leather now.
Yeah. Like I'll watch that dude all day, every day. Number 4, man. So I said Martin, I said Richard Pryor, I said Eddie Murphy. Number 4 for me would have to be, man, what am I?
It's getting tough.
It is, he
want to put like 3 people in there, but he can't.
You only got 2 fingers left, and I got like 3.
Go on to tell the people.
I'm gonna say number 4 for me is Bernie Mac.
Ooh.
Slept on
Good
giant.
one.
Yes.
Bernie Mac, man, because again,
pure stand-up too.
Pure stand-up, coming to age, Def Comedy Jam, just murdering it.
Who you with?
I ain't never had no pumpkin pie. Like, just classic, man. So Bernie Mac, number 4, and then number 5, man. To me, one of the most slept on cats on stage, Eddie Griffin.
Woo! That's my boy too.
Love Eddie Griffin, man. Like he had some class. Just thinking back to some of those classic.
Voodoo Child was one of my favorites.
Voodoo Child, the HBO special was just killing it. Eddie Griffin was dope, and that was a tough one because I was thinking DL Hughley or Eddie Griffin, and I love both of them.
That's love. That's love. All right, B Hicks, what say you, baby?
For the most part, everything is right there, man. So I don't know if ranking them in order is the way to go, because I feel like they're the GOATs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James.
Michael Jordan?
Okay. We'll table this for another discussion. Okay.
Did somebody say Kobe?
That's what I'm saying.
I'll say Kobe.
Right? Then you're going to have to
no problem with this argument.
And you're going to you got to bring up Steph Curry now. So it's like.
I digress.
Yeah. So, hey, tune in to the next one, though.
Yes.
Definitive answer. So, yeah, man. I mean, obviously, we got the Eddie Murphy, the Martins, and Richard. Like kings
1, 2,
of
3.
comedy. Undisputed. I'm going to throw Red Fox in there.
He's an old soul.
Say again?
You an old soul, baby.
Bruh. I mean, hey.
Kids was like, Red who?
Red?
We listening to them boys.
You need Fred Sanford? No, Red Fox. Man, if y'all really listen to Red Fox, man, his stuff is still getting ripped. Just like, Richard
his formula, right? for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's one there for me. And then I'd have to go with Bernie Mac, man. He just didn't get his flowers while he was alive.
Yeah.
But pound for pound, I don't think there's anybody out there who can touch Bernie Mac. You know,
have y'all ever seen Soul Man?
So man, yes.
Come on,
man.
Hey man, what people don't really know either is Bernie Mac had his own show on HBO. Like this dude just never.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it's called like Bernie after midnight, or something like that. Yeah. So he had his own show, and he just never took off, man. So those would be my 5: Richard, Martin, Eddie, Red Fox, and then I'm gonna throw Bernie Mac in there all day.
Word up. All right, because I'm a stand-up kind of sore, but I agree with most of which I already mentioned. So let me break it down. I got to go with Pryor because I feel like kind of, even a nod to Red Fox, but Pryor is kind of like the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Like what Chopp was saying. Outside of Chappelle, like I feel like Pryor is the most raw, most vulnerable person I ever seen on stage. I mean, he talked about a wide range of things that you would probably be embarrassed about, to tell the truth. I mean, he talked about, and I don't want to break it all down, but I mean, let's just say this dude was an open book for real about everything, So, and he made fun of it. He made it funny, talking about real stuff, difficult topics, but it was always funny. And I know his movies didn't, always hit the box office hard, but some of his movies was hilarious too. Which Way Is Up was like one of the funniest joints. That
what do you mean some of them?
Hey,
what do you mean some of them? Like even the one with the what was that? The white boy Gene Wilder. That was even funny.
Oh yeah, Stir Crazy. That one was
Stir
good.
Crazy. Hear No Evil, See No Evil. They made a couple together. Oh yeah, that combo was like a Will and Martin combo. Like they was making movies like crazy. But I got Pryor number 1. Eddie number 2. I liked how, Chopp kind of broke it down. He basically took Pryor style and made it Hollywood, made it glamorous. And if you look, every stand-up comedian literally has a touch of leather on in all of their major stand-ups. If it's their shoes, their pants, the whole suit. Like Martin took the game and had the baseball hookup on, but he was leather. And I know he was hot. He had to be hot. But
have you seen Did you see Tracy Morgan did the same thing in a red leather in one of his stand-ups?
See?
Bruh. That boy
like he couldn't even fit into that boy.
Like a brat. Yeah, that brat that just popped out the side.
Hey, that boy was juicy. And this is where, it always gets tough.
Brat.
The beer brat. I got Chris Rock. I really feel like Rock is like on the GOAT stuff when it comes to stand-up.
Yeah.
Because again, just so vulnerable, so honest. And he talks about stuff that nobody really want to talk about. Political, relationships, divorce, but it's gonna be funny. He gonna hit you with a crazy punchline and make you think at the same time. So I just think that's crazy raw. Then I got Chappelle right under him, kind of in that same realm. Storytelling, building the joke up. Because he'll drop a joke in the beginning of the show and it's gonna come right back at the end.
Yep.
And tie it all together, and he making you think through the whole process. So I just love that. I want to say Martin because of the impact, and that's kind of our error. But I gotta give an honorable mention to. I'm sorry, I gotta give it to him. K Hart. K Hart been killing the game, son. On stand up, he's a monster for me,
bro. You see how everybody's mic is quiet right now.
The movies are hit and miss, but stand up. I
would have taken Cat Williams over Kevin Hart.
There you go.
Cat in his prime.
Yeah. So, I like Cat.
But once again, these are your choices, right?
Yeah. I understand these are your picks, but I feel the need to qualify this.
Look, I'm gonna break it down for you real quick. Just me being a stand-up comic. There is the Hollywood machine move comedian, and for Kevin Hart being that. Eddie Murphy was that at one point, and he murdered y'all. Paka, all the way through. That's what it was. So he's just in there, and only reason why he is at the level of greatness is because of their push. And they knew without the push on Eddie and them, they would have been at their greatness anyway. But I don't take anything away from his jokes are funny, but he's one of those people who admits that he's got 10 writers on his jokes. So it's not necessarily him. So he is if you like Kevin Hart as a stand-up comedian and you like the way he acts, his mannerisms and stuff like that, then that's who you like. But if you like his jokes,
I love it.
else. So
you ain't lying. You ain't lying because it's a cat on Netflix, David Arnold, that spun off. Of
Yo,
him.
that's way funnier. But he's not getting pumped. He's not getting pumped.
That
So
boy
shout out
is
to Kevin Hart.
hilarious.
Dude, that fat ballerina is one of the best stand-ups I've ever seen.
Fat ballerina, yes. T-Rail put us on game during the pandemic. I even inboxed my boy. Was like, D, this is the funniest stand-up I've seen all year. Like, this is hilarious, hands down.
Yeah.
He's a killer.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of cats out there, but like you said,
and we waiting for Chops come out. When the Chop coming out, boy?
Don't worry, I got some things.
Well, he's doing it now. He said he got 2 hours of material, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's already shot. It's ready to go. So,
are you dropping it on Tubi, or how you gonna drop it?
Actually, we got a different network that we're working with. That's why I said I can't talk.
I got you.
But it's
more to come, people.
Same lines. Y'all be able to check it out for free. But it's gonna be broken up into segments. Ain't nobody watching me for no 2 hours. But and plus I got to change my jacket. I had to braid my hair back. All types of stuff.
Yes.
But on that last note, though, I would give that award to Cat Williams over Kevin Hart.
Hey, you know what? I don't disagree with that. That's fine. I'm good with that.
All right,
100%.
We don't have to fight then.
So did we just change CeeLo's list?
We did.
Well, he wasn't on my top 5, but it's like I respect his hustle. I like what he does so much. Okay. But I did kind of forget about Cat, and I probably would put Cat over Kevin for sure.
So would you put? I got one. Would you put Cat over Cedric the Entertainer?
All day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On a stand-up tip, yeah.
The only cat that I think I would put over Cat is Bernie. Bernie would go before Cat.
Yeah.
So then why wasn't Bernie on your list? Like I'm kind of
because he's not Chris Rock and he not Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
But you put K Hart on that, boy. I
said honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Hey, you see
how
Hart,
I love you, bro.
You ain't supporting Red Fox, bro.
Hey Kevin, I love you too, man. You gonna give me a job, which whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And only with your brothers will you argue the people who aren't even on the list.
Right.
It's not even a list.
Like so we just gonna forget Ray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Ray.
They're technically all in the same bucket. Not top 5.
Yeah.
Word up.
Nah,
well,
man,
look, fellas.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say some good ones, man. And one that I really didn't consider is Chris Rock, man. He's been in the game.
Come on, son.
Oh yeah.
Every
the pain.
stand-up was a hitter.
Bring the pain. That's it.
Bring the pain. Bigger and blacker.
That cat said his only job is keeping his daughter off the pole.
There you go.
Still the cleanest, funniest line. He ain't talking about me.
Right. He said it ain't.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me watch one.
Smack it with it. Smack it with it. Yeah, man,
I love it.
Definitely honorable mention. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick.
All right.
Before we get out of here, before Chop get too mad at us.
This
is what you missed in Miami, baby. Where we at?
Whoa.
Yeah,
there it is. It's the album
cover.
Oh man,
that's cool.
And Miami right there, baby. Yeah. So shout out to D Dunk, who wasn't on the podcast today, but shout out to that cat too.
In due time.
In due time.
But hey, get ready, bro. We coming, man.
We
coming.
Oh man, it's going down. Don't even worry. As I said, I think you might have been in the bathroom when I made that announcement. I got to show y'all that they don't show you on TV when you come out here, and it ain't the hood because we ain't going over there. Trust me.
Word up. Y'all heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm too established to get shot now, so now we gonna stay.
Hey, this dude,
we're gonna say
this dude Bruce roll with
dogs outside.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here so we can pay the bills. But y'all stay tuned. We got more to come with the That's on Everything podcast. That's on everything.
That's on everything.
That's on everything. Yeah, baby.
Hey, Chop, have you heard the song yet?
Man, that shit is fire.
You heard it?
If you want the latest news and the greatest views, tune into the Central Podcast, the one of my favorite crews.